Hello everyone. In the previous video, you have seen the construction of Smith charts, and the main objective to design a Smith chart is to solve transmission line problems. Before going into the problems on transmission line, let us see the characteristics of transmission lines of different lengths. In this video, I am going to take different lengths of transmission line and I am interested in finding out their properties. The first one is lambda by 8 transmission line. So the length of the transmission line that I am going to consider is lambda by 8. So let us say this is a transmission line whose length is L equal to lambda by 8. I connected a source here, Vs, and I connected a load here whose value is ZL. We know the formula for input impedance of a transmission line. Let me remind you, this is the input impedance of the transmission line, and the input impedance of the transmission line is given by ZO, characteristic impedance of the transmission line, into ZL plus J times ZO tan beta L by ZO plus J times ZL tan beta L, where beta is phase constant and L is length of the transmission line. Now in our case, the length of the transmission line is lambda by 8, length equal to lambda by 8. That implies beta L equal to, beta value is 2 pi by lambda multiplied with lambda by 8. So lambda will get cancelled. So 2 times 2 4s 8. Therefore its value is pi by 4. Tan beta L value, that is equal to tan pi by 4, which is equal to 1. Therefore input impedance of the transmission line is equal to ZO multiplied with ZL plus J times ZO tan beta L value is 1 by ZO plus J times ZL tan beta L value is 1. Therefore Zin equal to ZO multiplied with ZL plus JZO by ZO plus JZL. The magnitude of input impedance is equal to the magnitude of ZO into ZL plus JZO by ZO plus JZL. Therefore Zin magnitude equal to magnitude of ZO multiplied with the magnitude of this numerator and denominator are same because it is root over ZL square plus ZO square by root over ZO square plus ZL square. So these two get cancelled. The remaining magnitude of Zin equal to magnitude of ZO. That means if I take the length of the transmission line as lambda by 8, then the magnitude of input impedance of the transmission line and the magnitude of characteristic impedance of the transmission line are same. In this equation, ZL is not available. That means if you take the length of the transmission line as lambda by 8, then the input impedance is independent of load resistance. That is the important point that you have to observe in lambda by 8 transmission line. Let's take the second case. If the length of the transmission line is lambda by 4, if the length of the transmission line is lambda by 4, then tan beta L equal to tan of beta value is 2 pi by lambda and L is lambda by 4. So lambda will get cancelled, 2 1s 2 2s, therefore it is tan pi by 2, and the value of tan pi by 2 is infinity. The input impedance of the transmission line is equal to characteristic impedance multiplied with ZL plus J times ZO tan beta L by ZO plus J times ZL tan beta L. If I substitute tan beta L equal to infinity in this case, it will be like infinity by infinity format, which is undefined. I will divide both numerator and denominator with tan beta L. Then Zin equal to ZO times ZL by tan beta L plus J into ZO whole by ZO by tan beta L plus J into ZL. Tan beta L equal to infinity, therefore ZL by infinity will gives you 0. Zin equal to ZO times 0 plus J into ZO by 0 plus J into ZL. Input impedance equal to ZO into ZO by ZL, that equal to ZO square by ZL. Therefore input impedance of the transmission line is equal to ZO square by ZL. This is the relation between load impedance and input impedance in a lambda by 4 length transmission line. You can call it as quarter wave transmission line. There is a special importance for this equation. If you observe this clearly, the characteristic impedance of the transmission line ZO equal to root over Zin into ZL. The main application of this quarter wave length transmission line is it is used for impedance matching that we will see in a problem. The third one is if the length of the transmission line is lambda by 2, you can call it as half wave transmission line. If L equal to lambda by 2, then beta L equal to 2 pi by lambda into lambda by 2. Lambda get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled, therefore it is pi. And you know that tan beta L equal to tan pi now, which is equal to tan pi value is 0. If you observe the input impedance now, input impedance Zin equal to ZO characteristic impedance into ZL plus JZO tan beta L by ZO plus JZL tan beta L. By substituting tan beta L equal to 0 in this case, Zin equal to ZO into ZL by ZO. So ZO will get cancelled, therefore Zin equal to ZL. If the length of the transmission line is lambda by 2, then the input impedance of the transmission line is equal to the load impedance ZL. In this case, there is no need for you to worry about characteristic impedance of the transmission line ZO. If you take the length of the transmission line as lambda by 2, that is half wave length transmission line, then the properties of the transmission line will never comes into picture while finding out the input impedance of the transmission line. Let me summarize. If the length of the transmission line is lambda by 8, then the magnitude of input impedance is equal to the magnitude of characteristic impedance of the transmission line, which means the magnitude of input impedance is independent of load. If the length of the transmission line is lambda by 4, then input impedance equal to ZO square by ZL, which means there is a relationship between input impedance of the transmission line to the load impedance. This is the reason we can use this lambda by 4 transmission line, that is quarter wave transmission line, as matching network. If the length of the transmission line is lambda by 2, then the input impedance of the transmission line is equal to the load impedance. That means the input impedance of the transmission line is independent of characteristic impedance. And you know that the characteristic impedance is dependent on R, L, G and C. If the length of the transmission line is lambda by 2, there is no need for you to worry about the characteristic impedance of the transmission line.